This is Mark and Charity's Coffee Podcast.
It's Mark and Charity Coffee Podcast for Monday and Tuesday, because here's why we didn't have a podcast yesterday. is we recorded one.
Oh, Mark.
And I forgot to save it and upload it, which is part of the process. It's not enough just to record a podcast.
Yes.
Could you save it and upload it?
I will give you the benefit of the doubt because yesterday was a little hairy. Yesterday, things were going on. And I think by the time we did the podcast, and it was a good podcast, it's a shame it didn't go up, I will say that, but I think we were both done.
One of the things that we had on the podcast yesterday we should talk about today is why you should shop early for Christmas, because we're going to spend the vast majority, if not all of the podcast today on ranking Christmas music. Mm-hmm. And I want to do that because everybody loves it, and then everybody gets triggered when their songs aren't high enough. Because we talked about it on the air, and the text that came in.
I had no idea, because honestly, I was expecting the trigger to be, why are you talking about this? It's only the middle of November.
No.
Like, I expect that reaction to when Christmas music starts. Not me. I love it. I would play it all year round. But I also acknowledge and realize that there are people out there who don't love Christmas music. Mm-hmm. So I thought that would be the reaction from today's list. But no, it was like, no, people are they like what they like.
Yeah. Where's this song? Where's that song? That's very true. At some point we should do a podcast about that. People like what they like. Mm-hmm. And we can justify why some people like people who are horrible people. We just like who we like. It's true. There's true. Nothing more better than that than sports. I say horrible people. For example, your son, one of his favorite hockey players is Brad Marchand.
Yeah.
You say that to a Toronto Maple Leaf fan and they will excommunicate your son from civilization.
I would say, if you say he's a Boston fan, I think that's the case.
Yeah.
When you say he's a Marchand fan, I think it does. People across the board, like the poor kid gets it from everybody.
Yeah. But we like who we like.
Yep.
I was a Tom Brady fan. I'm not sure I am much now. And everybody's like, well, yeah, but he's a cheater. He does. Okay.
I like who I like.
You know, Brett Favre is looking like a total jerk right now, stealing money from children's charities or whatever he's been doing. People are like, yeah, but he's a great quarterback. We like who we like, and there's no way you can't justify. Same thing with Christmas music. So out came this organization called P1 Media Group.
Okay.
And they sit around, a bunch of bean counters, and they sit around. And for this particular survey, they took a look at all Christmas music of 2021, like all of it, not just the ones from 2021. And then they ranked them based on streams, radio play,
downloads,
like purchases, and they gave it an aggregate score. So it sort of had an impact score. They added it all up and saw which one. For example, newer music streamed better. So a song like, let's say, a Taylor Swift Christmas song would have been higher than on the impact score because it streamed a lot, but it wasn't really on radio a lot. So all this sort of stuff, and they compiled it. And then the top came out. So here I've got the top 60 on a list, but we'll concentrate on number 10 at first. So at number 10 is Wham's Last Christmas.
All right.
Yeah, totally get it.
Okay.
Good for that one. Number 9, Gene Autry's Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. And Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer is the only song that appears twice in the top 10. And I can honestly tell you that of all of the ongoing Christmas songs that are done over and over, that's my least favorite.
Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Yeah, I can listen to Frosty. I can listen to Jingle Bells done by everybody, right? Yeah. I can listen to
but Rudolph
Silent
is
Night done by everybody.
And done.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why that one gets done all the time. I don't need to hear a different version of that one, but okay. Bing Crosby's It's Beginning to Look a Lot Like Christmas, isn't it? Number 8.
Okay. If you were going to play Bing Crosby, especially in the top 10, not the one I would go with.
And it's the only Bing Crosby song in the top 10. To give it away. That's also the oldest song in the top 10 at 1951. So that song would be 71 Christmases old this year. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas.
Yeah, no, I would argue that one. That one got my back up a little bit.
Number 7, feisty. Number 7, Feliz Navidad by Jose Feliciano.
Again, okay.
Earworm.
Yeah.
And at number 6, Mariah Carey's All I Want for Christmas Is You. Now, that's the first shock because I just naturally assumed it'd be number 1. Like we all just bow and say, okay, she wins.
That one's the most current, right?
Yeah, at 1994.
So that's the most, I'm shocked it's at number 6.
So that song is pert near 30 years old and Nothing Come Out has cracked the top 10. It can't beat out these songs by, Gene Autry and Bing Crosby, because in at number 5 is Andy Williams. It's the most
Of course.
wonderful time
Yep.
of the year. Now, here's where it gets a little bit iffy for me. Number 4.
Here's where it gets iffy. Okay.
Burl Ives, Holly Jolly Christmas. Love it, from Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. But then
it's
at number
4.
4.
It's 4. Okay.
4. Have a hall. Right, okay. In at number 3 is Burl Ives again, but his take on Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. No, not at all.
Not in the top 3.
Ever.
Maybe in the top 60, but not in the top 3. I know you don't like Rudolph, but if you want to go with Bing or Gene or the older ones, I get there's some nostalgia attached to it, but the top 3,
I'm just looking down this list. Do you know that Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer does not show up again anywhere in the top 60?
It's in the top 10.
Those two versions are in the top 10. Never done again. Ron Rudolph runs in it, but not Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Okay.
So that one's in at number 3. That one surprised me. Number 2, Jingle Bell Rock by Bobby Helms.
Again, a little high for me.
And the most played Christmas song, streams, purchase, radio, last Christmas was Brenda Lee's Rockin' Around the Christmas Tree. Number 1.
Nope.
Numero uno.
Again, top 10, I would agree with.
Right. So
but
what would you have at number 1?
At number 1, myself, I would go with Nat King Cole or Bing Crosby's White Christmas. Nat King Cole would edge it out just because I love it so much. But those two would be fighting for that top spot, certainly. What Christmas, not Rudolph.
I think you're confusing, and I mean this with all affection. Your own personal choice with what actually got played. Because what happened is people started texting in how much they hate us.
But, okay, to that point, do those songs with those two songs not get more play?
I would think.
Than Holly Jolly Christmas or It's the Most Wonderful Time of the Year or Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer? Honestly, with those two songs, maybe for me, yes, they'd be my number 1 if you were asking me personally. But even on that list, would they not be played more than some of those ones in the top 5?
I'm scheduling music for a radio morning show like we do here. I would put Rockin' Around the Christmas Tree on the morning show. I wouldn't put Nat King Cole's A Christmas Song, only because it's too light.
I know.
So if you talk about the amount of songs, the time to get played, that is different from if I got to play one Christmas song to put you in the mood.
Fair enough.
I would put Nat King Cole because I know that does it.
Then Mariah Carey should be higher too.
Right. Yeah.
But it's not just radio. I'm talking satellite, I'm talking downloads, I'm talking. That is such a staple, I would say, or such a traditional classic Christmas song. Not just Nat, but Bing Crosby too. And there's others here too. I've already started a list of others that I feel fall into that category. I would think they would get played more than others. You didn't mention Band-Aid. You didn't mention David Bowie and Bing Crosby.
I got the list there.
I know. You didn't mention Trans-Siberian Orchestra. Again, those songs to me, would get more airplay.
Should have gotten more airplay last year.
Well, yeah. Yeah. I feel I hear them more than I hear any of those other ones, really.
Burl Ives, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. What's the deal with that? Now,
exactly.
Okay, so outside the top 10, we find Michael Bublé a number of times. He's got a successful CD.
Yeah, for sure.
So his Have a Merry Little Christmas. Nat King Cole's A Christmas Song from 1960s, number 14.
So not much out of the top 10.
Doesn't validate your disapproval. However,
no, it doesn't.
Right, but there it is. Yeah. We're gonna travel a ways down this list before we get to White Christmas. I know. I'm gonna tell you about that. So others in there include at number 17, Holly Jolly Christmas by Michael Bublé. Okay, number 18. Thurl Ravencroft's You're a Mean One, Mr. Grinch.
Yeah.
Number 18. I think it's too high. It's a novelty song. It's so unique. To me, it's sort of like Snoopy's Christmas, right? It's the only one like it. I was surprised it was that high.
See, and I'd say it's probably where it should be.
Number 18.
Not in the top 10 for sure. But again, I'd forgotten about it.
Yeah. Well, there's a few songs that when I bring up, be like, oh my gosh, I forgot about it.
Exactly.
So you got Bing Crosby's It's Beginning to Look a Lot Like Christmas at number 8. Okay. Now, I think, to me, number 19, Johnny Mathis's It's Beginning to Look a Lot Like Christmas is a superior recording
than Bing Crosby.
I would have thought that one, if that version was going to be higher than Bing's.
See, if you were going to have Bing in the top 10, White Christmas.
Yeah.
If you were going to have...
It's beginning to look like Christmas. Johnny Mathis.
Exactly.
I know.
Exactly.
That's why we're in radio. Okay, now here's one of those songs. Number 20, Darlene Love's Christmas Baby Please Come Home, which is, it was forever on the Late Night with David Letterman. That was he would bring her out on Christmas Eve or whatever, Darlene Love, and she would do that song. U2 did a version of it.
Yes.
So it's got a major following. That song has its own following.
Certainly.
In at number 20. We're going to jump down to number 28 where you're going to find Bing Crosby's White Christmas. Number 28.
28.
On the top 60.
How can you have Christmas without White Christmas?
In between 20 and 28, you find a song by Dean Martin, Perry Como, Gene Autry, Ray Conniff.
All the great ones, yeah.
Perry Como again. Yeah, so we're into some of those. So where are these other staple songs that you started to mention? Okay, so Andy Williams' Happy Holiday at 31. Eartha Kitt's Santa Baby, number 33.
Yeah.
Eartha Kitt. That version. We all know about Madonna. Of course. But
yeah.
Bruce Springsteen's Santa Claus is Coming to Town is number 35. So now here we are. We're starting to get into what I'm going to call like a little staple area of current songs and performers.
Okay.
More current. Maybe not today, although some of them are.
Yeah, no.
Chuck Berry's Run, Rudolph Runs in at number 36. Yeah. In at number 38, Trans-Siberian Orchestra, Christmas Eve, Sarajevo.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I would say that one has gained popularity over the last 10, 20 years for sure.
But you're right. It's not an aggregate of growth. It's of all the songs played last year, of which that is so incredibly popular. Why was that the 38th most played song?
Exactly.
Less than some of the other ones that we mentioned. Sleigh Ride by the Ronettes is also way up there. I think that one was number 12 or 13. Okay, so you got that one. Elvis's Blue Christmas, number 39.
Another one, yeah. Oh my gosh, you're right. Like you're saying these, I'm like, yeah, where are these songs?
And I mean, you can...
My kids didn't know Elvis sang any other Christmas songs until we heard one the other day coming home. They thought Blue Christmas was his, and only his. So the fact that they were surprised he sang other things tells me they heard Blue Christmas a lot last year, and that they associate Elvis with that song. So why is it so far down on that list?
Here Comes Santa Claus is another one. Oh, Here Comes Santa Claus. Yeah, famous for that one. Gee, that was good, Mark.
That was
Michael Bublé's It's Beginning to Look Like Christmas, number 40.
I love his grown-up Christmas
Kelly
list.
Clarkson's Underneath the Tree, number 41. So now we're kind of into the pop side of current artists, where you're also going to find Ariana Grande and the like. Taylor Swift's version of Last Christmas that I actually like is number 42
really like that one,
on the list. Paul McCartney's Wonderful Christmas Time, number 43.
Oh, that's got to sting a bit.
Ding, 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 boom, ding, ding, ding,
Yeah.
ding, 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 right?
I guess it's the songs. These are songs you know, right? Because you've heard them every year.
Forever. And you almost, and I know why people text in and why you do. You almost feel offended if you like, and you think, why is that so low? That hurts my feelings.
And again, it comes back to these other songs. I don't, now probably this year I will because I'm aware of them.
Right.
But I don't hear them like I hear these other songs. So if it's based on songs that have been played or people listen to, why haven't I heard these songs that are in the top 10? And why do I hear all these other ones that somehow find themselves down on the list?
Dean Martin's Baby It's Cold Outside, the original number 45. Carpenter's Home for the Holidays, number 46. And somebody texted in saying, where is all the Carpenters music? True.
Exactly.
And I will fight you on it. Great, great stuff, Karen Carpenter. Beach Boys, Little Saint Nick, number 47. Here come a couple of big staples. In at number 48, Do They Know It's Christmas by Band-Aid.
What? 48.
Number 48. And we have our own sort of rankings that we worked with when we were putting together the Christmas music we play on the air. That is what we call a power gold.
Yeah, that would be another one. You put in the morning show.
Yep, power gold. John Lennon's Happy Christmas, number 49. Number 40. You shouldn't have sipped water.
Took a drink at the wrong time. God, yeah.
49, down on the list.
Wow.
Number 52, The Eagles, Please Come Home for Christmas.
I'm just angry now.
Now I should just probably stop. John Legend, What Christmas Means to Me. Trans-Siberian Orchestra Christmas Canon, 54, which I love. And then you'll have some fun. NSYNC's Merry Christmas, Happy Holiday, Sia's Snowman, Jonas Brothers, Like It's Christmas, all get down to number 60, including Gwen Stefani was in at number 60 with one of her songs.
Her and Blake do a good one.
But when I started taking a look at the songs that were in the 40s, the Paul McCartneys, the Beach Boys, the Band-Aids, the John Lennons that we all have grown up with in sort of from our generation, still battling out and losing out to Jingle
Rudolph
Bell
the
Rock,
Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Most Wonderful Time of the Year, Feliz Navidad.
Now I'm angry about that one too. I'm jumping on your bandwagon with Rudolph. I like Rudolph, but you're right. To have two of them in the top 10 when you've listed other great Christmas songs, and you still didn't mention David Bowie. It's even on the list.
That song was not even in the top 60.
And Bing Crosby.
Bing Crosby, David Bowie's Little Drummer Boy, Peace on Earth. In fact, a version of Little Drummer Boy wasn't even in the top 60.
That's Ben's favorite. He loves that song.
And what that means, too, when it comes to hearing songs is if those two versions of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer are in the top 10, it means you're just hearing that song over and over and over and over and over and over and over.
What are you listening to? Honestly, what are you doing that you're hearing that song over and over and over again?
Now, I don't know whether people, when they purchase albums online, right, or when they release Christmas, I always look at the tracks. And I know, like, James Taylor put one out 10, 15 years ago. Of course, I'm going to buy it unseen. But I am accused of turning it around to see, like, which ones are on there. Because if it's a whole bunch of songs I don't like, well, I'm probably not
Whether he's singing them or not.
Like, are you really doing Rudolph the Red-Nosed, or are you doing some other ones that I like? Because he does James Taylor, for example, a great version of the Christmas song, and Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas. Of course he would, because that's his style. But yeah, Rudolph, my least. So it's like, I can do without that one. But we're going to have our throwback and our Friday song because the parade is coming up. We'll get some Christmas music in there although we don't know what we're doing yet for the throwback tomorrow.
No, we got to talk about that when we're done.
That'll have to be decided because everything is
some ideas.
So
Are we going to do it around? I thought maybe we'd wait.
Okay,
all right. I don't want to overdo it. I would love to, but I'm thinking, do we do a parade theme or a Christmas theme this week, or do we wait until we really kick it into gear?
Hey, podcast listener. 613-962-0955. If you text, Emily will see it this afternoon at some point and then go, what? What is that about? That's okay. Just say it was in the podcast. And then we'll read it tomorrow morning and then we'll figure it out because everything is so organized around here. For Burger Revolution, we're going to have that. And then we're also going to be checking in tomorrow at some point or Thursday with Jeff Camacho from Burger Revolution to see how the sales are going. Be sure and get your donations in as well to the Gleaners Food Bank, to Christmas sharing, to firefighter toy drive ahead of the parade. Get ready for those. That's an important time. So
big couple of days coming up, yeah.
But if you really love your Christmas music and you want to hear it all the time with my local source where, Charity and I are a part of it, and you're going to get a chance to hear what's going on from Emily, ChristmasInQuinty.ca, the website, or you can stream it off of our website at 955hitsfm.ca, or you can download the app, Christmas in Quinty, and enjoy it 24/7. Are you tired of Christmas music yet? Because you listen to it all the time. No.
Are you kidding me?
No. What is do we have time?
What kind of question
is our podcast. What is your guilty pleasure Christmas song that isn't wildly popular, that might not even be known by other people, but means something to you? Do you have one of those?
That means something to me? I have.
One.
Well, let me pull up my Christmas list.
Because again, I'll bring up Bruce Guthrow's Boy from the Woods.
Yeah,
which,
you do enjoy that.
When he performed that here, I shamed him into performing. It's a true story. At the Empire Theater. Halfway through at the intermission, Mark and Andy said, I know you're a big fan. You want to go back and meet him? Yeah, I did. And I told him about how I saw him in Coburg and that I was the guy from the audience who yelled out Boy from the Woods. Because it was like the 1st of November I saw him. And he said, no, but maybe I'll come back and I'll do a Christmas show. Everybody applauded and I was bummed out. Aww. And he laughed because it was a couple years before that. He said, I remember that. He said, I don't even think I know all the words. I went, oh my gosh, I know all the words. I know everything about it. It's my favorite song. I love it. And then I left. And then he came out and he said, who wants to hear a Christmas song? And I lost my poop right there. And then he said, there's a guy here. He should come up here. And I went up. They gave me a guitar. And away we went. No, I didn't play the guitar. I wanted to, but I didn't.
But you sang?
Yeah. And at one point, he kind of looked at me and I said, bridge to the F here. And he went, right. He'd forgotten the melody. And it's okay. So we went through the whole thing and he and I sang it and it was a highlight. And it's one of my favorites. But nobody knows it. And why should you? It's not a famous song, but I love it. He's from Nova Scotia, I think, or PEI. So great guy. Anyway, so that's my guilty pleasure Christmas song. Which one's yours?
I have a few.
Okay.
I have quite a few.
Fair enough.
Barenaked Ladies, God Rest You Merry Gentlemen, Sarah McLachlan. Right. I could listen to that over and over all holiday season. Nat King Cole, yes, it's a popular one, so everybody knows that. I'm trying to think of more obscure ones. It's funny, doing Christmas in Quinte, I hear the songs and that moment of, oh, yeah. And I put it in. But I'd say probably the Barenaked Ladies, Sarah McLachlan. So unless you're in Canada, I don't know how many people are familiar with that one.
Yeah.
But it is one of my all-time favorites. I crank it up.
Song for a Winter's Night by Sarah McLachlan.
Love it. It's
That's
on my
another
list.
one?
Yep.
Yeah. That's just so good. Gordon Lightfoot wrote that song.
There's so many, Mark. Like, honestly, and when I hear them, I put them in. Smashing Pumpkins do Christmas Time.
Okay.
Which I just love.
There you go.
The sound of it. It's beautiful. It's absolutely
nobody
beautiful.
plays it. That's what I mean.
We do.
Do we?
Yeah, we do.
You do.
Darlene loves All Alone on Christmas.
From Home Alone.
Home Alone 2.
2, yeah.
And
Another one.
It shocked me the first time someone said, I don't think I know that. I'm like, how do you not know that?
I wasn't sure I knew it till you pointed it out.
Yeah.
And
it amazes me. I love that song.
We'll talk about that on the air. We'll get in that, what are the back room in
Maybe
the
the
vault
less
titles.
popular, yeah.
But they mean something to you. And if somebody wants to share stories, because that's what the holiday's about. We're going to share stories. So join us tomorrow morning for that. We have a lot of stuff going on the air tomorrow as we get deeper into the week, including Susan Walsh handling her final Christmas parade for the Chamber of Commerce. It's going to be just mayhem next year. It's just going to be chaos without Susan there to rein us all in.
16 years.
Yeah, she's been running
doing
it and through some tough times.
Oh my gosh.
The pandemic and everything. So Susan, thanks for that. She's going to be on the show tomorrow. It's a Mark and Charity Coffee podcast. Join us tomorrow morning on 95.5 Hits FM. Have yourself a fabulous Tuesday, November the 15th.